Karla Souza is with us. She plays Laurel Castillo on
How to Get Away with Murder.
You know, we planned for that all morning. It wasn't that big a deal. You were nervous?
I was a little
She's been
nervous about
sweating
that
all day.
close-up shot.
Yeah.
You did so well.
All right, we can carry
Viola
on.
would be very proud.
Good.
All right, tonight's episode, we get a look into Laurel's personal life and what happened when she went home for Christmas.
I am learning a lot, especially working with this defense attorney. She just found out her husband killed a student who he was having an affair with.
Is that a joke?
No, he strangled her on the roof of a sorority house and then put her in a water tank. Now he's gone missing.
This is who you've been working for?
I thought I told you.
I don't remember.
Oh, right, that's because you never asked.
Ooh, little passive-aggressive there.
Oh, yeah.
Are you not a nice person? Not you. The character.
No, she is I think she's been a nice person all her life, and
She
this
just comes
murder
from-
sort of just like,
Uh-huh.
you know,
And
maybe switched her on in a way that, you know, maybe, I don't know, makes her realize that her parents aren't going to be there for her. She has no plan B after going back to Christmas. She realizes that she probably doesn't have a plan B, and Annalise Keating and the students are pretty much all she has.
Her
Yes,
family.
and that's a questionable, dysfunctional, whatever.
Yeah.
Murderously dysfunctional.
Exactly.
And you're kind of hooking up with Annalise's, I don't
love
know,
how-
what do you call him? He's kind of your boss, sort of your boss, superior.
He's just eye candy for
yeah,
the
he was
students
here last week. Frank.
Oh, right, yeah, Charlie.
Charlie.
I like to call him Charlie, but you like to call him Frank.
Frank.
Yeah.
Don't pay attention to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean?
First of all, we were checking the geography of your life,
Oh, wow,
and it's insane.
a little bit.
Take us
yeah.
through it. All right, you were born in.
Born in Mexico City.
Okay.
And when I was a year and a half old, we moved to Colorado. We lived in Aspen until I was 7 or 8. Then moved back to Mexico. The crisis of '94 hit, and moved back to Mexico. Lived in a town called Querétaro for about 7 years.
And where's that?
It's 3 hours up north from Mexico City.
Okay.
And then moved to France.
Of course.
To the south of France, where I went to school for 4 years.
And then?
And then I moved to London to study my acting, my
And
BA.
then?
And then I went to Russia
Oh my
to
gosh.
study another intensive Stanislavski course.
So you did did you go like the Moscow Art Theater? I mean,
Yes.
really?
Do you know what the Moscow
Oh,
Art
of course,
Theater is?
Stanislavski, please.
Yes.
It's the
I
soul
went
of
with
acting.
Anatoly Smilyansky. He's like the
Wow.
last apprentice
Where
of
did you love
Stanislavski.
living most?
It's kind of like asking a mother, like, what children, you know, who of their children she loves the most. I think
Mm-hmm.
I've experienced amazing things in each country that I've been in.
So are
know?
you at home wherever you are?
I've had to be
Yeah.
at home wherever I am. I've learned to find home wherever I am.
Are you home right now?
I'm home right
feel
now.
comfortable?
Here, this is my home now. Exactly.
Do you know much about
Home is
law
where
at
the
all?
heart
Did you have
is.
to get like a crash course?
All I
or-
knew was I had the right to remain silent.
Okay.
And I thought I had freedom of speech. And yeah, that's pretty much it. My sister's a lawyer. I have some, you know, family members that study the law, but she studied in London, so it's a whole different thing. And so it's been incredible to read all these books about, you know, students in their first year at Harvard Law. And
The cutthroat, like,
yeah, the
atmosphere. Yeah.
competitiveness and the whole Socratic method and how they ask them, you know, randomly in the classroom. And you have
So
to-
are you still doing things in Mexico?
I am indeed, yes.
How do you do this? How do you work it out?
Weekends.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So, in other words,
I just
so
go
you're
back
shooting
on
here,
the
you fly
weekend.
back, you're doing
Wow.
a telenovela
Yes.
or what?
No. I do
Film?
yeah. I mean, I either press for a project that I did or that I'm going to do. I
Wow.
do.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You are a truly cosmopolitan
Yes.
person.
You recently got married.
I did.
Oh,
yes.
that too.
That too.
That too.
Yeah.
And are you at
Congratulations.
home there?
And yes, I am at home. I actually imported him back into his country because he's from Texas.
Oh.
And I met him in Mexico, and so now
Interesting.
I imported him back into the U.S.
So, actresses, actors, they get asked this question all the time, I'm sure. However, how does your husband handle, you know, the intimate scenes that you
funny. I get
do you
asked
watch
that
the
a lot.
episodes together? Do you get nervous? Do you leave the room?
I sort of, it's funny because I make sure I tell him, you know, when I'm going to film it. So he's probably heard about it before, maybe like a month before he actually gets to see it on TV. So he's heard maybe that day the actor I was going to kiss forgot to brush his teeth, and all these little things that I tell him beforehand.
And you tell him a lot of that.
I tell him a lot of that.
The negative stuff.
A lot of the negative stuff.
Yeah.
And so that way he sort of has the built-in reality of how it actually
When
went
you're
down.
watching it together, does he turn to you and say, it's acting, right?
That makes me nervous just thinking
He can
about
tell
it.
the difference. He can tell the difference. No, yeah, he learns more about his wife by watching me act. So I think it's also interesting for someone to see, you know, maybe things that.
I know we're almost out of time, but I'm so interested that you were studying the Stanislavski method,
Yeah, I'm
which is the
impressed that
basis
you
of our
knew.
method acting in this country,
Yeah.
and doing past memories, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Did you apply that to acting?
Yeah, I think I use mostly Stanislavski, but I also use sort of now the Karla method. It's kind of like my life's method of how.
And then there's
whatever
also that we're
works.
losing the light method, which
Right,
means
right.
just hit your mark and get the line out.
Exactly, and remember
What a
your
pleasure to
lines.
meet you.
it's
Thank
so
you so
nice
much.
to meet
Thank you.
you.
Karla Souza.
Nice to meet you.
How to Get Away with Murder is, I'm sorry,
Right.
How to Get Away with Murder.
is
Tonight.
Tonight.
She does it so much better in her
How
accent.
to get away with murder.
Murder.
You're right, it is much better.
What do you mean? You're not supposed to agree.
No, it is much better.
All right, whatever.